Okay. It is Crypto Faceless. I remain faceless. I remain nameless. Back at it again, guys. Go ahead, give me a like on the way in. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Today, I got another Crypto Alpha Series episode. Episode number 3 is about profit taking strategies. Super important in this market that you understand how to take profits and you actually do take profits, guys. Very important. Because at the end of the day, we're all here to make money, and the only way to make money is to hit the sell button, guys. So before we do that, let's get into the wider market as usual. We got BTC sitting at $52,000, actually 51.9. Um, Yesterday I talked a little bit about how or why we're actually gonna be in the biggest, or we're gonna have the biggest bull market that we've ever had, and it's gonna be one of those things where it's gonna be huge, guys. And the reason being is because we have analysts right now saying that we are about to see inflows of $150 billion into the Bitcoin ETF, right? And right now we've only seen, currently as of today, we've only seen 5 billion $5 billion of inflow into the Bitcoin ETF. And look at the price of BTC. It's $52,000. Imagine if we get the full $150 billion that's projected into the end of 2025. We're about to see the biggest bull run that we've ever seen in the history of crypto, and which is why it's actually very important that you actually take profits, guys. It's hugely important, guys, that you take profits. All right, so today I'm going to be speaking about how to take profits. But first, well, I'm going to break down the video into three categories, 3 stages, or whatever. The first thing I'm going to speak about is the foundational principles that I think that everybody needs to know. After that, I'll go into the different profit taking strategies, dollar cost averaging, and then I will go into my strategy. Now, I'm not telling you my strategy so that you follow my strategy. I'm just telling you so you get an idea, so that you can actually, you know, strategize your own strategy, right? Strategize your own strategy. Anyway, so let's get straight into it. The foundational principles. The first one, you know, um, there's a form of cognitive dissonance called loss aversion, where scientists basically figured out, okay, they run studies and they found out that human beings have this form of cognitive dissonance. It's called loss aversion. Okay. And what it is basically the pain of losing is stronger than the pleasure of winning. I'm going to say that again. The pain of losing is stronger than the pleasure of winning. As a result, humans will go to greater strengths to avoid losses than to pursue gains. Humans will go to greater lengths to avoid losses than to pursue gains. Now, why am I telling you this? Let me contextualize this. Let me bring it into crypto. 99% of people don't sell in crypto. Let me rephrase that. Let me change that. 99.9999999% of people don't actually um, sell. They don't sell their crypto. They ride the wave all the way up, and they end up, missing out on selling, and they ride it all the way down. That's the majority of people in crypto. Why? Because this is so strong. This cognitive dissonance, this loss aversion is so strong. People are more afraid to lose out on potential gains that they could make life-changing gains. What if I sell right now? I might miss out on life-changing gains, so they don't sell because the fear of missing out is so strong, right? It's stronger than the pleasure or the joy that you would get if you just hit the sell button and you accept whatever gains that you got, right? You got a 10x, you got a 20x, 30x. Be happy. But no, we want the 1000x. We want the 10,000x, right? So, why am I telling you this? You need to be aware of this cognitive dissonance. You need to be aware of it, and you need to be contrarian, right? A huge part of crypto is being contrarian and to fighting your own emotions, right? So you have this emotion, this fear of missing out on potential gains. That's going to stop you from actually making gains, guys. So you need to be aware of it. And if you are aware of it, then you can actually stop it from happening, right? You can actually, stop it from happening. So anyway, that's the first foundational principle that you have to know. before we even begin. Number two, you also have to know that um, you will not catch the top. It's impossible. It's impossible to catch the top. You'll never catch the top, the tippy top of the market. It's impossible. Stop trying to do it. Okay, it is a very amateur move to think that you're going to catch the top of a bull market. Usually, it's people in their first time around, their first cycle, they've never been in crypto. They think that they're gonna just hold all their bags and make all of these gains, and then right at the top, the tippy top, they're gonna sell and walk away with millions. If it was that easy, everybody will be rich. Everybody in crypto will be millionaires walking around with hundreds of millions of dollars in their pocket. It doesn't happen like that. It's not that easy. It's nowhere near that easy. It's really hard to make money in crypto. The main thing you need to know is you'll never catch the top. So don't try to catch the top. All right, that's the second foundational principle. The third foundational principle that you have to know is that you will miss out on money. Guaranteed. You will miss out on money, guaranteed. Especially when you're selling. When you sell crypto, you don't sell at the top, right? So by the very definition is when you hit the sell button, it will keep going up after you hit the sell button. But you have to be completely you have to accept that completely. You have to accept that I'm going to take profits even if it's going to keep going up after I sell. You have to accept that fact. If you can't accept that fact, then you're never going to hit the sell button. That's the problem, right? So number two and number three are very connected. Number two, you're never going to sell the top. You can't catch the tippy top of the market. And number three, you have to be okay with taking losses. You're going to lose. You're not going to make every single penny that you can make out of your coin. You know what I mean? I talk about making 1,000x. I talk about making 1,000x, 10,000x Titan X, or 1,000x in Zen, or whatever the case may be. I'm not gonna catch all of that. Even if Zen does 1,000x, I'm not gonna catch the whole 1,000x. I'm gonna be selling throughout the bull market. Okay. Same thing with Titan X, and same thing with every single one of my coins. I'm gonna be selling throughout the bull cycle. I'm not gonna catch the whole whatever. If that coin was meant to do a 500x, I'm not gonna get the whole 500x, guys. Right? I'm gonna get some of that, but I'm not gonna get all of it. You shouldn't be trying to get all of it, because that's when you lose out and you walk away with nothing. Because this market will dump on you in a day. You're gonna be left holding the bag for another 2-3 years. Okay, you don't want that to happen. Okay, so these are the three fundamental principles that I need you to know. Number one, loss aversion. The fear of losing is stronger than the pleasure that you get from gaining, right? Understand it and stay away from it. Try to be contrarian in your emotions. Number two, you can't catch the top. Number three, you have to lose money in this market. You will lose money. When you hit the sell button, you're not gonna get the full gain. That's what I mean. You're gonna lose money, right? You have to be okay with that. All right, so let's get into the second part of the video. We have the profit taking strategy, which is dollar cost averaging. All right, guys, dollar cost averaging is the most important thing that you can learn in crypto. I'm telling you right now, I've been in this market since 2016, and from experience, the most important skill that you can ever learn in crypto is dollar cost averaging. It's also called DCA, right? The acronym is DCA. A lot of people refer to it as DCAing, right? DCAing. All right, so what does it mean? All right, so there's two ways that you can dollar cost average. You can dollar cost average into an investment, and you can dollar cost average out of an investment. I'm going to be focusing on dollar cost averaging out of an investment because it's the most important part. Okay, so just to quickly explain what dollar cost averaging is, instead of buying, let's say you have $1,000 to spend on an altcoin, instead of just putting only or just buying all the 1,000 at one time, you could split it up into 200 5 times, or you might do two transactions of 500 a piece, right? The idea is you might actually get a better deal on one of those transactions, right? That's called dollar cost averaging, right? Spreading things out. Now, it's more important to actually dollar cost average out of your investment, because when you dollar cost average into an investment, it really depends. So if you're early into the investment, like pre-having, it really doesn't really matter, to be honest. Like you can just go all in at one time. It's not going to be a big deal because you're early, right? If you're a little bit later, then it's probably a lot better to dollar cost average into an investment because you are, the market might be volatile. You get a better deal. Anyway, that's not important for this video. The most important thing is dollar cost averaging out of your investment. That's the most important part, because uh, it protects you in ways that you cannot even imagine. Right? That's the only way I can put it. It's going to protect you in ways that you cannot even imagine. You need to be able to walk out of this market with money in hand, and this is the only way to guarantee that. Like this is the only way to guarantee that you walk out of this market with money in your pocket, money in your bank, actual gains, real actualized gains. Okay. All right. So the different ways. All right. The different ways to DCA or dollar cost average out of your investment. People do it in different ways. Number one, this is not in any particular order. I'm just giving different ways that people tend to dollar cost average out of their investments. Number one, taking a percentage out of the coin every time it doubles or every time it triples in price. You might want to take a certain percentage out of that coin, right? It doesn't have to be double or triple. It could be quadruple or five times. Like it just depends on you, right? But this is something that people do with their individual coins. They might say, hey, every time after a certain point in the market, not early on in the market, but towards the latter stages of the market when you want to be selling, um, you might say, hey, every time this thing doubles, this coin doubles, I'm going to be selling maybe 10%. Every time it triples, I'm going to be selling 5%, whatever the case may be. Okay. Um, that's one way to go about it. Another way to go about it is to look at the altcoin market cap, also known as the total three, right? So you can go to um, Trading View and look at the charts. You go, type in total three. The total three chart actually gives you the altcoin market cap, excluding BTC and Ethereum. So it's the total altcoin or the total market cap of all of the altcoins, not including Ethereum, of course, not including Bitcoin, right? It's called the total three. Some people say, hey, every time the total three, the altcoin market cap goes up by 100 million, then I'll take profits. And it goes up by another 100 million, then I'll take profits. Okay. Or it could be 50 million. Every time it goes by 50 million, I'll take profits. Another 50 million, I'll take profits, right? So some people do it by the altcoin market cap, the total three chart. Okay, that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to not even worry about the individual coin, to not even worry about the total three altcoin market cap, and just look at time. Okay, time in the market, the time period in the market, and then sell at certain time periods in the market. And this is the one that I lean towards, guys. This is my personal preference. How I've been successful in the past. I look at the time period in the market, and I go by the time period in the market towards the latter stages of the market, right? So here's the thing: you don't really want to be selling at the early stages. Okay. Now I'm going to go into my strategy now. So here's the thing: if we look at the charts, the altcoins usually top out 12 months after the halving. So if altcoins usually top out 12 months after the halving, personally, I want to sell during the latter stages of that 12 months because that's when things pop off, like things really explode, right? So I'm not looking to sell in that first, that first 6 months. Not really looking to sell. But the latter stages, the second half of that 12-month period, I am looking to sell. Okay. So what will I be doing? I will be selling in quarter three of this year, in quarter four of this year, and in quarter one of 2025. Um, Probably towards the latter stages of quarter three. That's July, August, September, maybe August and September. I'll start selling around that time period. But I'm not gonna go hard, and I'm only gonna be selling a little bit during that time period because I want to wait to when the fireworks start. Right? I don't think the fireworks will start in quarter three. So I'll say maybe somewhere between 5 to 10% of my whole portfolio will be gone in quarter three. And then we have quarter four, which is the things really start to kick off around that time period when it comes to you know um, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. That's especially in the halving year. That's when things happen, for crypto, and we start seeing fireworks. So I'm probably going to be selling anywhere between 50 to 60% of the whole portfolio in quarter four, right? Anywhere between 50 and 60% of my portfolio will be gone in quarter four of this year. Okay. It's important to know. And then we have quarter one, 2025. Um, I'm going to be selling the remaining 30% throughout that time period. Okay, throughout that time period. Now I may keep 5 or 10%, or as a moon bag, for any particular coin that I really love. Or I don't love my coins. I don't love any of my coins, by the way. Never fall in love with your bags. But I there may be some coins in my portfolio that have some lasting power, and I'm only going to be doing a small, moon bag for the future when it comes to that. Majority of my portfolio will be gone. Almost all of it will be gone by quarter one of 2025. The majority will actually be gone by the end of quarter four of this year. So around December time. Okay. Um, am I going to miss out on gains? Yes. And I expect it. Am I going to catch the top? No. And I don't plan on it. I plan on selling in a range around the top. In that way, whatever happens, I win. Whatever happens, I go home with money. If we have those scenarios where people are saying that the altcoin market might be cut off short, and I don't believe in this time is going to be different. But if it is different, guess what? I've sold throughout the whole period, so I'm going home with profits. Okay, which is the most important thing, guys. Never, never, never end the bull run without money in your pocket, guys. That's what I got for you guys today. Anyway, if this was valuable information for you guys, make sure you subscribe, like, hit the bell button. All make sure you subscribe. It's free. Anyway, it's Crypto Faceless. I remain faceless. I remain nameless. I'm out. Take care.